This video is part of the 6-step business systemization plan. This is step 1, vision. And this step is more important than most people expect because vision isn't just inspirational, vision is practical, vision is strategic clarity. And your vision has 3 parts: mission, purpose, and values. I'm going to go into these in more detail later on in this video, but briefly. Your mission is your big, hairy, audacious goal in the next 3 or 4 years. The measurable indicators of what your business will look like. Think about things like gross revenue, profitability, the types of clients you want, the number of employees you're going to have, the rough size and structure of your company. It paints a picture of what measurable success actually looks like for you. Not in perfect detail, but with confidence. That's mission. Purpose describes why you started the business. What gets you up in the morning? What impact do you want to make on your people, in your community? So where mission is kind of the thinking part of the business, purpose is kind of the heart and soul of your business. So you have mission, purpose. The third part, core values. What you hold sacred. How people need to be. What they need to believe in if they want to succeed in your company. And I have a worksheet as part of this video that I'm going to go through with you to help you build each of these 3 parts. But first, it's just a couple more pieces of information. Most business owners think vision is something you write for some strategic planning session, a retreat, some slide deck, and it gets filed away and rarely used. If something isn't used, it's kind of useless, right? In a process-dependent business, vision is not useless. It's not a slogan. It's a directional operating tool. It's used in strategic planning. It's used in recruiting and hiring. It's used in onboarding and management. It's a very useful tool. Vision answers a critical question. What kind of business are you actually trying to build? So why does vision come first in the business systemization plan? Because everything you build after this, your org chart, your job descriptions, your SOPs, they're all built in service of something. And if that something isn't clear, your systems, maybe they will still work, but they're going to be optimizing the wrong business. Your vision clarifies things. From the vision comes the org chart, the blueprint of your future business. And your vision defines that future. When you know where the business is going, the structure starts to make sense. Vision, it also defines your culture. It tells people, what do you value? The values that you expect employees to operate by. Why does your business matter to your employees, to your customers? Where are you headed? Jim Collins said it best in his book called Good to Great. He said that you've got to get the right people on the bus. Think about that. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where the bus is going, can you really expect your people to want to stay on it? And if you haven't communicated the destination, you may have people on that bus, the people in your company, that don't want to go to the place where you're taking them. You don't want those people on your bus in your company. So without a clear, communicated, and adopted vision, employees, they don't know where the company's going. They don't know what they're building towards. They don't understand why your values matter. They may follow processes, but if they do, they're following them mechanically or not at all. Your vision also defines the role you want to play as the owner. You want to be able to answer questions like, what should I be doing in this business when I've got things just the way I want them? What should I no longer be doing? You should be doing the things that you really enjoy doing. You should be having time and balance. As the owner of the company, what is your life going to look like in the future? These are key questions to answer. There's a study that shows that if you get your vision out of your head, write it down, communicate it, and by that I mean enroll all of your employees in that vision, and then you track the progress that you're making, you have a 300% better chance of achieving that vision. A 300% better chance if it's documented, communicated, and tracked. It needs to be written down, shared, accessible, not buried in some folder in a computer. Your vision will be part of your strategic planning process. It will be part of your hiring and onboarding process. It will be part of your management processes. It gives you a reference point for management. When someone's behavior doesn't align with your core values, you're no longer arguing opinions, you're pointing back to shared commitments. Vision makes accountability fair. So once your vision is in place, your org chart now has meaning, it has direction, it has value. Your processes have purpose. They feel intentional instead of reactive. And now you're ready to design your business, not just survive it. So what can go wrong without a documented vision? If you skip this step, if you skip vision, SOPs are built around today's chaos and you end up scaling complexity instead of clarity. Employees typically comply instead of committing to things, and eventually everything has to be rebuilt. Skipping vision almost always guarantees rework. So here's the action to take for this step in the business systemization plan. Document your vision. It doesn't have to be perfect, and what you document now doesn't mean that it needs to be this way forever. In fact, chances are that the mission of your vision document will change as each year passes because you're going to gain more experience, more knowledge about your industry, about your business. You can and probably will make edits to those measurable indicators. So don't worry about getting it perfect, just clearly enough that it can be used. Inside TouchStone, this is a foundational process because, as I said, vision is something you use, not something you write once and throw away. Now, to help you get your vision out of your head and written down, I'm going to walk you through this process of creating your vision. And I'm actually going to use the TouchStone business system to illustrate this step. If you don't have a TouchStone account, look in the description below under this video. I've got a link to a Google Doc that you can access to follow along with and create your own vision just using Google. Whether you use the worksheet or build this in your TouchStone account, either way, the goal is the same. You create a vision that you can then build from. If you have a TouchStone account, all of this is included in your account. You have access to a process library, a set of pre-written processes and templates that almost all businesses need. You can download this process, complete this vision exercise, and implement it directly inside your TouchStone account. So to do that, let's actually do that right now. Go ahead and log into your TouchStone account. Click on the 4 Key Functions tab. It's right here on the left side panel. Click the first key function. It may be called strategy and management. It may be called leadership. It may be called guiding the business. Key function names can be edited and customized, so you may have changed the name of it, but it will always be the first one in the list. And once opened, the tab will be orange, as you see on my screen here. Then look for the library button in the top right part of your software. From the drop-down arrow, choose General Processes. Scroll down through the list of processes till you get to the V's, the V like Victor, and look for the process called Vision, your mission, purpose, and values. Put a check mark beside that process and then click Copy. This is going to copy that process, this template, into your TouchStone account. Next, what you want to do is you want to click on the process. It will be called Vision, your mission, purpose, and values. You'll see it right here. This is going to pull up the process. Now, a process is a collection of process tools. So in the left panel under Process Tools, look for Mission, Purpose, and Values under the Document tool right here. Click on it. By the way, this is the document that is linked in the description box under this video for those of you who don't have TouchStone accounts. Here you'll see that the 3 parts of a vision: mission, purpose, and core values. In the worksheet, each of these sections provides a definition of each of the parts: mission, purpose, and values. It then provides an example, and then there's a section for you to type your part. For example, mission. What is mission? Mission is how you see the company in the next 3 years, your big, hairy, audacious goal. What are you intending to accomplish? Things that are measurable. And then underneath that definition that I just gave you, you will see an example of a mission. Notice how simple this can be. It doesn't need to be long and cumbersome. It's not a business plan. Just write down some measurable indicators of what you are intending to create. Under the example, you'll see a space to write your mission. Once you've done that, do the same thing with purpose. Again, you'll see an example of purpose, what the definition is. Write your purpose and then your core values. So here's a plan of action for you. First, I'd recommend watching the next video right now. Step 2, your organizational chart. Second, complete the vision exercise. Use TouchStone if you have an account, or just grab the Google Doc. And email us a copy. We'll review it and send you back a video critiquing it. Some of you may want help implementing this faster or better, especially if you feel stuck. If that is the case, reach out and we'll walk you through this process. We've done this with hundreds and hundreds of businesses, and we can do it for you. Once the vision is clear, the next step is designing the structure of the business that can actually support that vision. And that's step 2, the organizational chart. Watch the next video to keep the business systemization plan in the right order. I will see you there. My parting note for you: vision doesn't make your business inspirational. It makes your systems intentional. I'll see you in the next video.